Have you ever felt something bad was about to happen, but couldn't explain why? Your heart races. Thoughts spiral. You feel trapped, but nothing real is even happening. That is anxiety. And for millions around the world, it's a silent, invisible storm. Anxiety isn't just feeling nervous. It's a complex emotional and physiological state where the brain signals danger, even when there's no threat. Imagine your mind stuck in a loop. Disturbing thoughts keep coming back. What if something goes wrong? What if I fail? What if I lose control? These thoughts don't just stay in your head. They trigger your body too. Your brain releases stress chemicals like adrenaline and cortisol, preparing you for a fight or flight response. But in anxiety, there's nothing to fight and nowhere to run. The result? A continuous state of unease, panic, or dread. When you're anxious, your brain's amygdala, the fear center, gets hyperactive. It starts scanning everything around you as a potential threat. The prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for logic and reasoning, gets overwhelmed. So you feel something's wrong, but can't explain what. The neurotransmitters like norepinephrine, dopamine, and serotonin all get disrupted. This chemical imbalance creates a loop. Worry, fear, physical symptoms, more worry. And around it goes. If this continues for too long, the brain's chemistry and even its structure begin to change. This leads to brain inflammation, fatigue, and eventually burnout or depression. There are many forms of anxiety. Generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, persistent, excessive worry about everyday life. Panic disorder, sudden episodes of intense fear with physical symptoms like heart palpitations. Social anxiety disorder, an intense fear of being judged, embarrassed, or rejected in social settings. Phobias, irrational fears of specific objects or situations, like heights, spiders, or flying. Health anxiety, obsessing over minor symptoms, believing they indicate serious illness. Each type has its own pattern, but the common thread is the loss of control over your own thoughts. When anxiety becomes chronic, it doesn't just affect your mind, it affects your life. You stop enjoying things you once loved. Sleep becomes difficult. Concentration weakens. Your relationships start to suffer. Even your immune system can get weaker over time. Eventually, the brain, in an attempt to protect itself from constant overstimulation, begins to shut down responses. This is when depression sets in. You no longer feel joy, motivation, or energy. It becomes harder to get out of bed, to work, to connect, to live. In the past 2 decades, anxiety disorders have risen dramatically, especially among young people. Social media pressure, unstable economies, family expectations, burnout culture, all contribute. But not everyone who's anxious is weak. In fact, some of the most high-performing individuals in the world have battled anxiety silently for years. Everyone experiences anxiety differently, but here are some common signs. Constant worry, often about irrational things. Restlessness or feeling on edge. Difficulty concentrating. Insomnia or disturbed sleep. Muscle tension. Chest tightness or heart palpitations. Digestive issues or nausea. A sense of impending doom. If you feel like something's wrong, don't ignore it. Your brain is asking for help. The good news? Anxiety is treatable. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, mindfulness, medication, lifestyle changes, all can help. The first step is recognizing it and then reaching out. Talking to someone, a doctor, a therapist, even a trusted friend, can make a world of difference. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're human. If anxiety is part of your story, know this. You're not alone, and your story isn't over. Breathe. Speak up. Get help, because healing is possible. Please like and subscribe this channel for more discussion about this topic.